Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. I'm thrilled to be joined by Brandon McKee from Win Big Media. Brandon is a leader in the marketing world. He has learned how to overcome the saturated market, and indeed it is a very saturated market, and helps entrepreneurs and business professionals by understanding customers in a deeper way. That's certainly something we all want to know a thing or two about. Brandon McKee, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Shalom. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, such a pleasure. So, Brandon, I know that you are Win Big Media. That's what every company wants to do. Every one of our listeners wants to win big. How did you become so passionate about marketing and learning how to crack the code in business?
Yeah, no, great question. So I used to run physical locations in the fitness industry, and I met Philip, our executive chairman, and he talked to me about how the marketing system is broken, and people, all these agencies out there just throw stuff at a wall and hope it sticks. And we do it a little bit different. We have a data-backed approach where we make sure that the audiences match what, someone is looking for. We make sure that, ultimately we know how people are thinking, feeling, and making decisions. And that's how we do marketing, based on a targeted approach.
Awesome. Well, again, I'm chatting with Brandon McKee from Win Big Media, certainly bringing that background from the fitness space, working with your colleagues, all very impressive backgrounds, and you find the right fit for business needs. And I know you don't believe in a one-size-fits-all. You've got a lot of different approaches. So, Brandon, let's dive in as we kick off the new year. Every small business, every big business is looking how they can crack the code and reach their customers. What are some of the things that you've learned over time? How would you say marketing sort of exists right now in 2023? What should our small business owners be looking for?
Yeah, so if you're a small business owner, you probably have done a lot of guessing in the past. And really where we come in and what I recommend is stop the guessing game, figure out exactly who your customers are and how they want to be reached. A lot of business owners, and I've been guilty of it myself, we think we know what our customers want to see to convert, right? And that couldn't be farther from the truth. We take a data-backed approach, as I mentioned. So we're taking first-party and third-party data and creating a report that really helps people understand where to reach their customers. We're not just talking about, what platforms, right? With their routines, their habits, where are they spending their money elsewhere so that you can reach them more effectively. So if you haven't done that as a business owner, I think that's your first step, right? Is stop throwing stuff at the dartboard and seeing if it's going to help get you that ROI you're looking for. Be targeted, be intentional.
Oh, absolutely. And you've got some pretty impressive clients. I know Nissan, Walmart, and the list goes on and on and on. Again, I'm chatting with Brandon McKee from Win Big Media, which is something all of our listeners want to do. But one of the things that I think I found very unique about your approach is the five-step undefeated marketing system. You have that all over on your website. What should our listeners know about this approach?
Yeah, so it's the first step is really just that data approach, right? So we want to make sure we understand how to reach your customers. We're not the type of agency that's going to come in and say, hey, 95% of your budget needs to go to Facebook. Let's do it. So we really figure out ultimately how to reach your customer, where they need to see. Is it direct mail? Is it digital? We do a little bit of everything, and we make sure that approach is, key in their marketing needs. And then we move into kind of what we take that data, we create a strategic marketing roadmap. So we're going to take what we found in the data and create tactics behind it. It's kind of the guts of your strategy, right? And then we move into that testing phase where we make sure what we have come up with is going to work effectively, and then we kind of double down on that. So, all in all, it's a really foolproof system for us to make sure that we are not wasting ad dollars, that we're delivering our promise to all of our clients.
Definitely. So I want to go back to the question I asked you earlier about, 2023. I agree with every word you said about, small business owners often playing a guessing game. You've been at this for a while now. You've certainly looked at a lot of data. What's some of your sort of forecast or your magic 8-ball as you look at marketing over the next couple of years? Which direction are we heading in, and what should our small business owners start to pay attention to that maybe is just at the cutting edge right now?
Yeah, so I think if you aren't paying attention to the world of AI, you are mistaking, and you got to put some attention there. I mean, AI is going to effectively change the marketing game as we see it. And it's going to make things a lot more effective. We utilize AI technology to make sure that our advertisements are hitting like they need to, ultimately converting at higher clips, right? So I think that's one thing. The other thing, Shalom, and I would say that, a lot of people are starting to pull back, right? A lot of people are scared because of the economic times that we're going into, whether you believe in a recession or not is coming. people are starting to peel back. We're seeing that. And what I would challenge every business owner listening to is don't necessarily peel back, just get more targeted. You should still be spending marketing dollars. You should still be advertising. You just need to make sure that you're getting the ROI that you are expecting. So being more targeted, being more intentional with your marketing, don't take the all size, one size fits all approach, and really get out there and make sure that, as your competitors are starting to peel back their marketing spend, you're getting in there for cheaper, and you're also going to take some of that market share from them, right?
That's awesome. Well, again, we've been chatting with Brandon McKee from Win Big Media, the 5-step approach, starting with that data. And I know you are definitely monitoring that data and paying attention to the changing landscape of marketing for both small businesses, big businesses, and beyond. Brandon, you've whet our listeners' appetite. I know that, and I definitely want to make sure everybody can get in touch with you. How can we do that?
Yeah, so you can just email me at brandon@winbigmedia.com, or as you mentioned earlier, we have our website, just winbigmedia.com, and put in for some information. We're always happy to take a call and help people understand how our data can ultimately help them step up their marketing.
Well, I can't wait to have you back on, Brandon. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise with our listeners.
Thank you, Shalom. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We got to squeeze in a quick break here on the show, all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. You can always download all of our podcasts on my website, shalomklein.com. But we'll be right back here on Get Down to Business.